Aliens better read than until recently the ability to create professional quality demos was the exclusive domain of those people who could program in machine code. See, or at the very least had a good knowledge of BASIC. Last month we gave away the RSI Demo Maker, a superb demo writing package which allows even the least experienced of users to quickly start creating their own high-quality demos. The package allows the user to easily create vector balls and filled VEC Tor OBJECTS, as well as including animated bobs, sprites and a variety of scroll types. Music from most packages can also be included, and a variety of fonts and bitmapped images can even be incorporated to produce truly fantastic demos. This month, we're going to take a look at a couple of the accessories discs which are available from Off-the-Wall PD, and which you can use to personalize your demos even further. TSB Vector Designer. The two most interesting features of the RSI Demo Maker are its ability to handle Bob and vector objects. The TSB, the Special Brothers, Vector Designer's not designed exclusively for use with the Demo Maker, but it includes a special save format which will DIY demo making kits, like games creators, are extremely flexible programs. Matt Broomfield takes a look at the extras available for RSI's Demo Maker, one of the most comprehensive and professional free kits on the market. Save your objects so that they'll be compatible. It includes a comprehensive, if somewhat unfriendly, vector design section, which is primarily controlled using the function keys and the mouse. Use it to design solid or wireframe vectors. Objects are designed by moving and connecting points in two-dimensional space. By rotating the object under design, it's then possible to work in the third, Z, axis, thus creating objects in true 3D perspective. Although time-consuming, this method of working is still considerably faster and more user-friendly than commercial packages such as Sculpt 4D. Once a series of points have been linked to create an enclosed area, the area is recognized by the computer as a face or surface. Faces are edited separately from points and may be moved and linked as a single unit, rather than the collection of points which actually comprise them. TSB advise you not to create objects which are too large, or the computer may crash. Obviously this product is not as polished as it may have been, but as it's virtually free I guess one can't really complain. RSI Vector Balls Editor. This handy utility allows you to define Bob objects, Bobjects. These are the type of objects that are created, usually, entirely out of balls. Because it's been designed by RSI, it features the same user-friendly interface that was used in their Demo Maker. It allows the user to load a variety of Bob graphics, and then to position them to create 3D objects. Rotate them, move them, and then save them ready for use in the Demo Maker. Because the Bobs don't actually rotate, they always present the viewer with the same face. The objects ain't truly 3D. But so what makes a good game? Of course, this isn't an easy question or we'd be literally swamped with perfect games all the time, but see, you asked some the country's top game designers what they feel makes the difference between a good game and a cracking game. David Jones DMA Design Items, Mood Money. Menace. Obviously playability has the highest priority over everything else. Also, I believe in keeping the levels as short as possible to keep the player's attention. The player should also be rewarded as often as possible, and there should be a quick turnaround so that the player can get started again straight. Alter the loss of a life. There's nothing more irritating than dull music when you're itching for another crack at a level. Basically, make it as playable and user-friendly as possible. Kevin Blamer Dementia, Terminator 2, Corporation. Variety, without a doubt. Actually, the sort of games I like fall into distinct but opposite camps. I really like simple games where you can gel straight into them with minimum fuss, but I also like in-depth games where there's a lot to do. I still think that the more complex game should be easy to control, though, as a lot of playability is lost through dodgy controls. Steve Screech, Kick-Off Typ Alt. The controls have got to feel right, as they are probably the most important aspect of a game. Alter all. If your game looks good but is awful to control, then you've got real troubles. Also, I feel atmospheric sound is fairly important and, to a much lesser extent, the graphics should add to the atmosphere, too. Pete Tattersall Twilight, Video Kid, WM, Mega Twins. Your main sprite and getting him moving right is probably the key factor to a playable game. He's got to move when you want him to. None of this messing about with controls that don't move him when you need to. Also, the aliens have got to play fair, too. There should never be a no-win situation where death is the only way out included as part of a demo. Most people will barely notice that little inconsistency. To inspire you, there are tons of sample graphics and objects provided on the disk, so you can experiment to your heart's content. Utilities for people who are interested in creating more objects and graphics. Off the Wall can provide you with a disk called RSI Demo Maker Utilities. Along with additional tunes and graphics, it contains specifications for all of the relevant visuals, including the logos which many people have trouble creating.